Redfish, whitefish, and bluefish when this old man cooks. Welcome to Kitchen Kingdom, where this old man throws down to chow down. In this episode, this is the first episode of the 4th season, and it's also for the 4th of July. So, let's get ready to rattle some pots and pans. So I have some red snapper and some whitefish, and I'm going to take the red snapper and the whitefish and make ceviche. So what I have here as my ingredient list, I have red onion, cucumber, tomato, jalapeno, that's kind of optional. I have some cilantro, my citrus in the form of lime, lemon, and orange, and the star of the show, I have my red snapper, whitefish, and the bluefish. Now the first thing you want to do is juice your citrus. Doesn't matter what order you put it in, but it's going to be mostly the lime, followed by a little of the lemon, and then the orange juice. Now the reason for the 3 different acids is to prevent one, which is going to be the lime, from overpowering the dish. So if you have these 3 different acids in there, it kind of balances things out. Also, the amount of this you're going to need will determine how much ceviche you're going to make. So get a little taste on that, just to make sure that it's not too sweet, not too tart. It's a bit tart. So I'm going to add more of the the orange juice. Set this aside in the refrigerator until we're ready for it. First thing we are going to want to do is get our fish prepared for its acid cure. Now this red snapper has a skin on the bottom, so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to inspect it for things we don't want in it, such as scales and pin bones. It feels pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take it from the tail and just get my knife at an angle. Grab that skin that came off. Putting a little bit of pressure. And you grab a hold of that tail. You just work your blade, getting your thumb up under the meat. Want to make sure your blade is nice and sharp for this. And ooh, there you have it. So now further processing. I always like to do it on an angle, and remember, the thinner you slice it, the faster it'll cure. So these slices are not very thick. And because I'm mixing 2 different fish, they're not going to cure at the same rate. So I'm going to separate them and cure them individually and then combine them together. I'm going to cut some of these longer ones in half to make them a little bit more bite-sized. But that's all there is to it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my bowl. And we're going to do this to the whitefish and then give it the acid bath cure. Now we're going to take our acid bath, which combines the lime, the lemon, and the orange. I'm going to pour it so that it covers our fish thoroughly. Give it a little mix. You want to cover this in the refrigerator and let it sit between 30 minutes and 2 hours. It depends on the type of fish you use, how strong your acid is. Some people leave it overnight. It's all up to you depending on how done you want it. While the fish is in the cure, you want to get your vegetables taken care of. Okay, now that our protein has cured, you want to make sure you drain it thoroughly and go ahead and put it into a larger bowl to mix. And this is where all of our ingredients are going to come together. You have your cilantro. This is the jalapeno. I only used half. I took out the ribs and the seeds. I'm going to put some of that in there. This is just going to give it sort of like an introduction to another flavor profile once you get one of those. We're going to take our tomato and a cucumber, and I also had some thinly sliced red onion here that I had soaking in some cold salted water to take a little bit of the bite off of it. A little bit more red onion. Look at these colors, fantastic. And what I also want to do is hit it with some fresh cracked pepper and a little bit of salt and just a hint, a drizzle of avocado oil. We're going to mix this up and put it back into the refrigerator, and now we can do our bluefish. Okay, we have 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. And we're going to take our bluefish and place it in the pan, skin side down. That's gonna do a little bit of splattering on you. Go ahead and season the other side. I salt and peppered the skin side. Now, depending on your fillet, determines how long you're going to cook it. I usually, a fillet of this size, I'm going to do probably 3 minutes on one side and 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. We are ready to plate up. Let's begin with some of our ceviche. We're going to put that into this martini glass I have here. Oh yeah. See those nice colors? Go ahead and garnish that off with a lime wedge. And now, for the absolute star. Well, they're all stars. This is an all-star 4th of July feast. The bluefish that was pan-fried. Go ahead and get a little compliment of some lemon and lime. And I'd say, let's chow down.